Neil Armstrong was born on August 5, 1930, in the state of Ohio. His love for flying started at a young age when his father took him to an air show. From then on, his goal in life was to become a pilot. At the age of 15, Neil earned his pilot's license. While attending college, Neil was called up by the Navy to serve as a fighter pilot in the Korean War. As a Navy fighter pilot, Neil learned to take off and land from aircraft carriers. He flew several missions during the war. At one point, his plane was hit by enemy fire, but he was able to eject and was safely rescued. After graduating from college, Armstrong became a test pilot. He flew all sorts of experimental planes, testing them out to see how well they flew. It was a dangerous job, but also very exciting. He flew over 200 different types of aircraft during his career. In 1962, Armstrong was selected for the NASA Astronaut Corps. He had to go through a series of harsh physical tests, but he passed, and he soon became part of a group of astronauts known as the New Nine. Armstrong's first trip into outer space was aboard the Gemini 8. He was the command pilot of the space capsule. He piloted the first successful docking of two vehicles in space. On December 23, 1968, Neil was offered the command of the Apollo 11. This would be the first manned landing on the moon. This was an exciting time for the entire country. The United States was in a race with the Soviet Union to put the first man on the moon. If the flight was successful, Armstrong would be that man. After months of practice and preparation, the Apollo 11 spacecraft launched from Kennedy Space Center on July 16, 1969. After landing on the moon, Armstrong was the first to leave the craft and walk on the moon. The historic date was July 21, 1969. His famous words upon being the first man on the moon were,
"It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind."
Buzz Aldrin also walked on the moon during this trip. Buzz and Neil collected moon rocks and were on the moon for over 21 hours. The three astronauts from the Apollo 11 arrived back on Earth on July 24th. They landed in the Pacific Ocean and returned heroes. After the Apollo 11 flight, Neil held many positions within NASA. He also worked as a professor of aerospace engineering at the University of Cincinnati. Neil Armstrong died on August 25, 2012, at the age of 82.